Hello beautiful people, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Miss Evans Ogochukwu, and in today's tutorial I'll be teaching you guys how to sew a basic shirt with a puffy bishop sleeve. Okay, so guys, remember in my previous video we drafted it with our paper, but today I have cut it out with my actual fabric. I gave it half inches away for my stitching. All right, so guys, the next thing I'm going to do is to remove my pins, which I am doing now. This for my front pattern, and my back pattern I am removing my pins as well. So guys, let's start sewing. The first thing that I'm going to do now is to first of all stitch my buttonhole space. Remember the 2 inches that we marked when we were cutting our paper. So that 2 inches now I am going to fold it and hem. Guys, make sure that it corresponds at that notching that we made. Okay, so guys, I've finished stitching that my buttonhole space. I've hemmed it, so this is it guys. My buttonhole space has been done. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to hem the full length of my shirt, okay, for the front piece and also for the back piece. So guys, I think my work here is done. I've hemmed both sides, both the buttonhole space and also my full length. So guys, the next thing I'm going to do now is to shape my shoulder, to stitch in my shoulder, and also to shape my fabric with 1.5 inches. So guys, for my sleeve, I think I've made a video where I drafted and made a bishop sleeve. I'll put the link in my description box down below. If you're still finding it a bit hard, you can click on the link and check it out there. Okay, so guys, I'm making a tiny opening for my band fixation. I went up by 3 inches and I went in by 4.5 inches. Guys, please, why opening it up? Make sure you are opening one side of each piece. Okay, don't open 2 sides of each piece. I'm opening only one side of each piece. I folded it into 2. I am now cutting them at the same time. So guys, this is my band. Remember, I used 10 inches for my band. Guys, remember I brought out a tiny piece to lock up my opening, to stitch up my opening. Remember what I did in my previous video where I stitched up my opening and locked it up? I've done that already guys. So this is it. I've locked it up, okay? My new opening. So the next thing I'm going to do now is to shape in by 1 inch. After shaping in by 1 inch, I'm now going to use my new opening to find another center. I'm making use of a new center now guys. I've notched it. I now notched the center of my band. I am going to print in, and after printing it, I'll turn it over. Guys, I think my work there has been done. So this is it. I've made my easy puffy bishop sleeve. I printed it a bit at the shoulder to make it a bit puffy. Okay, so this is it. Remember, the link is in my bio. If you are still finding it difficult creating a bishop sleeve, I'll put the link there, so do well to check it out. Okay, so this is it. This is my puff and also my bishop sleeve. So guys, next thing I'm going to do now is to measure my neck circumference, the neck of this shirt, the neckline of this shirt. Remember in my previous video I told you guys that I'll be drafting my collar in this tutorial. So guys, let's now go round. So I took my measurement and it gave me 19.5 inches. So guys, for my collar stand, I'm going to plot out 20.5 inches. I want to cut out excess so that after stitching it, I'm going to cut it out. I made it 20.5 inches wide and 2 inches long. Then for my main collar, this is my main collar, I folded a fabric into 2, and I'm now going to measure it by 2 inches long. I made it 2 inches long. Then I am going to measure out that 19.5 inches as well. I plotted out my 19.5 inches. This is it guys. I'm going to make a mark, then use my scissors and cut it out first. Guys, we are going in by 1 inch from each side of the collar. Okay, make sure that you went in by 1 inch. After plotting out that 19.5, go in by 1 inch and make a slanting line from that 1 inch to the top. All right, so guys, from that 1 inch, make a slanting line to the top. Take a look at what I'm doing now guys. So the next thing I am going to do now is to cut it out with my scissors. Okay, And after doing that, I used a lightest gum to gum the fabric. Since it's a vintage material, I used a lightest gum to gum it. So the next thing I did was that's my collar. I am going to fold it into 2 equal parts. Take a look at what I'm doing. I folded it into 2 equal parts. I'm now going to stitch the sides, okay? So guys, I finished stitching the sides, and this is how it looks like. Now I'm not going to turn it over to my front piece. This is it, guys. After turning it over, make sure that it's pointed. Make sure that if it's not pointed, make use of your scissors. Make sure it's pointed at the top, okay? This will enable us to see the collar very well. So I'm now going to fold that collar into 2 equal parts again. Folded it into 2 equal parts. To find my center, I'm going to make a notch to indicate my center. Then my collar stand, I am also going to fold them into 2 as well, 2 equal parts. I am going to find my center as well. I am going to make a notch to indicate my center. So this is it, guys. Make sure you fold it into 2 equal parts. I've made my center, guys. The next thing I'm going to do is to place one collar stand, and place my actual collar on top of it. Make sure that you are placing it at the center. Take a look at what I did. All the front pieces are facing each other, okay? Now I'm now making use of my pin to pin it up. Then the first thing we are going to do now is to stitch up this first line. Guys, I'm through with stitching up the first line. This is it, guys. This is actually what it looks like after stitching. So the next thing I'm going to do is to bring out that my fabric, fold it into 2 equal parts, mark out my center. This is it, guys. I'm going to mark out my center. Then the center of this collar stand, which I have made earlier, I am going to place it on this my actual fabric. But this time, guys, we are stitching it from the back of that my actual fabric. Guys, we'll be completing our stitching at the front. While placing this, make sure that you place it at the back pattern, okay? So guys, I'll finish stitching from the back pattern. I am now going to complete my stitching at the front, okay? Now I am going to turn over the remaining collar stand to the front. Guys, take a look at what I'm doing. I've turned it over to the front, guys. So I am now going to finish up my stitching, all right, at my buttonhole space. So I'm now going to finish up my stitching, lock it up. But here, guys, make sure that the first place that you stitch, you fold it, make a bit fold of it, so that while hemming up the remaining one, it's not going to affect us, okay? So I'm not going to stitch up, guys. I've stitched it up at the extreme. After stitching up, I cut out the excess. Guys, please, while marking out this collar stand, mark out an excess piece, okay, so that it's not going to affect you while locking it up at your neckline. All right, so guys, take a look at what I'm doing. I'm now folding it to finish up my stitching. I'm locking it out, guys. So guys, I think I'm done with the locking. I locked it at the front. Guys, make sure that while fixing in your collar stand, fix it first from your back, then use your front and lock up the stitching. I want to ship in something. After making your collar, and you notice that your collar is not 1 inch away from your collar stand, please loosen it up and reduce the collar a bit. Make sure that it is 1 inch away from the collar stand, the 2 sides of the collars. So guys, next thing I'm going to do is to fix in my buttonhole. I am going down by 3 inches, all right, 3 inches. I'll be making a space of 3 inches to make my buttonhole. So guys, I think my work here has been done. I've made my buttonhole and I fixed my buttons as well. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. Subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.